Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. I hope everyone is doing well on this Sunday evening. Jehovah in bed, you did get first today. I only turned the stream software on about 20 minutes before I started streaming, so I don't know if Reed was here first or not. I suspect not. Chaos23 is here as well. Seems very quiet tonight. Very quiet tonight in chat. Filio Fish is here too. V Rugdush is here as well. So is Storsness, RuMC, Hugh and Going, and Moons of Empire as well. Captain Redlight's here too, and so is ZBC. I do know that I owe at least one person a lighting up of my pink rocket ship for a sub that happened just before we started streaming. So thank you very much for that. Blizz Terror's here as well. He says, I was wondering if you knew where in the UK I can get Borsdorf parts. Found an old micro USB Borsdorf underneath my bed without a plate and PCB. No, you'd probably have to reach out to the original designer. He was called Darth WTF, if I remember correctly. But I had two Borsdorfs at one point. I haven't owned either of those since 2022, I want to say. So yeah, it's been a while. Alvi, thank you so much for 2 years of subs. Happy PT birthday. You did light up my pink rocket ship, so thank you very much for that as well. I appreciate it. Didn't he get blacklisted because of my keyboard? I have no idea what happened with Darth and my keyboard, but he was the designer. I don't have any parts for them, and I don't have any files for them. That's not something I'm aware of at the moment. I did help him with some of the original designs. I don't know if I can see if I can find my contact with him. It says he's online right now, so yeah, I've not spoken to him since 2020, so it's a bit weird for me to drop him a message. But yeah, he's online right now, so you could go message him. But yeah, I don't know what happened with the Borsdorf project after I got my two early units. They were both made by Salvan, if I remember correctly, but I've not owned either of those for a number of years now. So sorry, I can't help anymore on that one. It's Darth WTF. But yeah, maybe you want to take a look at that. Anyway, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Weird stream today because I might be doing some CAD work later on, depending on how quickly we get through the build, because I bought something a while ago and started to build it the other day, and then got halfway through the build and decided that I want to remake a part of it. So I'll show you that in a few minutes time, but effectively it's a clock, and I was building it. It's something to kind of resemble the old Nixie clocks, but kind of like a modern version with acrylic and etched numbers. And I was just putting it together, and I thought, I don't like this. I can do this better. So yeah, we're gonna have a look into that later on today. And we're also going to be building the Zoom 64 that we unboxed on stream a couple of weeks ago. We are going to be building that. You guys are going to get to choose switches and keycaps and all sorts of stuff and things like that too, which will be nice and fun. Moons of Empire says tubes. Yeah, Nixie tubes are somewhere back here. There's a little Nixie tube clock. We do have Project Nixie, which is a keyboard with a Nixie tube clock in it as well. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. Newfie says happy Sunday. I hope you're all doing well. Yes, I'm doing well. Thank you so much. My wife is French and I'm building her a board. I'd like a set of keycaps that have standard layout with the Azerty sub-legends. Anyone know of anything suitable? I think Eloquent Clicks have been doing some Azerty keys for some projects. I think there's some key related projects that have Azerty in them. You might want to look at some of the old CAT or CAM sets as well, because there was some Azerty French sets for that. And I think I do have a set of French OG die subs, but they might be a little bit more than what you want to put on your wife's board. But I think I do have some French die subs somewhere. So yeah, I did some fusion work myself today. Finished another board. Good distraction during exam preparation. Nice. Yeah, I mean, this is really simple. This will literally be me going and grabbing some calipers or a tape measure, measuring the acrylic, and then coming up with a new design for the numbers 0 to 9. Maybe a slightly different font, maybe I'll etch it in a slightly different way, but if I create the files myself, then I can laser cut them tomorrow on the laser cutter, of course. Any news about getting a Gihun 60 to build? Yeah, I'm hoping we're going to get one. I've not had it confirmed yet, but I have been pestering Manu to get me hold of one, so hopefully soon. And Storsness, thank you so much for 57 months lighting up that pink rocket ship there with the sub. 57 months. I'm not sure if Killane's around, but what has a gestation period of 57 months? I don't know. Something they do. I've also had Blanc Noir. Yeah, I think that did offer it as well.
Tasty,
PC,
tasty.
thank you so much for the resub as well. I thoroughly appreciate that. That's 6 months of subs. Thank you so much, dude. Do you have an estimated time that the Seabass should arrive in Q1? It's just because I'm going to be away for parts of Q1. I don't, Ice Wafers. We have the boards here if it's for the TH version, but we're waiting on some replacement parts for that because they weren't up to satisfactory standards. So like it depends on when they arrive, really. But we've still got another 2 and a bit months left of Q1 anyway. If you do need a holiday hold, all you need to do is just drop us an email and say don't ship, and we'll put a holiday hold onto it. Now, we don't automatically take that. If you say, oh, I'm away until the 25th of February, we won't take that holiday hold off on the 25th of February. We'll wait for you to contact us and say, it's now good to ship, because we've had instances in the past where we've done that, we've held it for 10, 14 days, whatever someone's asked us to do, and then we've shipped it out and they said, oh, my plans changed and now I can't have my keyboard delivered and it's on its way back to you. So yeah, we can put a holiday hold on. You have to email us to do that, and then you have to email us again to take the holiday hold off, just so we're all on the same page. We can absolutely do that. I didn't think to check if there was if it was in stock in the past. My bad. We've never stocked Blanc Noir. I don't think. But yeah. Did you settle JO1 and JO3 plans with Manu? Not yet, no. That's hopefully going to happen at some point soon. But I do have... I need to speak to Clever. We were going to have a meeting on Friday, Clever Keeps. And unfortunately that didn't materialise because we were both really busy. But we need to sit down and just check the design so that we can definitely do an EC version of both the JO1 and the JO3. I think we're going to have to do some slight revisions. But yeah, we'll try and work through that ASAP. The other issue as well now is like I want to get all of the JO1, JO3 stuff ready so that after Chinese New Year's finished, we can get final samples and go from there. So yeah. Did Davina Papaya make MOQ? We've been talking about that internally between vendors. I don't have any announcements to share just yet, but it was looking relatively positive when I last dipped into the chat. We agreed to buy out the MOQ of the UK ISO kits either way, so even if the MT new set doesn't get made, which I think the CYL set is fine, but even if the MT new set doesn't get made, I think I'm still on the spike for the MOQ of all of the UK ISO MT new kits, which may never have base kits to go with them. But we'll see. We'll see. So yeah, hopefully that'll be settled on Monday. People were talking about it on Friday and we were looking at numbers. I'll see if I can give you a live update on where that's at. Okay, so total CYL is well over MOQ. MT new is not at MOQ. It's not at MOQ. But there are still at least 2 vendors that need to finalize numbers, and it's not far away. Like it's double digits, but it's not far away from MOQ. Like it's not huge numbers away. I think we'll get it over the line. If every vendor agreed to take on 5 more sets, it would get it over the line, I think. So yeah, I'm hopeful that we can get maybe Vertex or Delta Key or someone to pick up some more sets, or maybe Agliston as well, something like that too. We'll figure something out. Maybe even Geon. We'll figure something out. We'll figure something out. I'm relatively confident that will be okay. It's not a million. It's close enough that it didn't make it organically, but it's close enough that I feel like the vendors will make it worthwhile. I'm hoping Swag Keys do one with the new double shot die something. Yeah, I mean, Swag Keys might do an Azerty set, but I think that they're sticking with the current the current kind of like configuration of keys, the current layouts that they're covering. So yeah, we'll see. Cherry Love's in manufacturing as far as I'm aware. I'm not in the group chat for that one, unfortunately, because Sharon manages that, I think. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure that Cherry Love... yeah, unfortunately, I'm not in the... I can't check the group buy for that. But I'm pretty sure we've had the invoice from GMK for it. Let me see if I can find the invoice. That's the website, Jane. That's not your emails. Yeah, we've had an invoice for Cherry Love, so Cherry Love's getting made. yeah, we got an invoice on the 19th of January for that. So yeah, that direct from GMK, and that's due to be paid, well, whatever, 45 days after the 19th of January. So yeah, that's happening. Cherry Love is fine. Hope that helps. Too many sets in December and Jan, buy them all in group buy. I don't think there's anyone who can realistically keep up with buying all sets anymore. When I first joined the hobby back in 2012, 2014, something like that, there were so few group buys every year that if you wanted to, you could absolutely keep up with, you know, every GMK group buy. And to be fair, I was one of those people that did. I think for the first 5 or 6 years that designers were running GMK sets, I think I joined every single set. Well into my Top Clack days. Before I started PT, I had to stop because there was too many at that point. But yeah, well into my Top Clack days, I bought every single GMK set. Can't always rely on extras. No, and this is the thing. I think that what's going to happen is as the hobby starts to contract even more, especially at the high end, you're going to find that a lot of group buys that need to hit quite high MOQs, like with GMK, it's got to hit 250 if it's custom colors, okay? It's got to be 250 sales across all vendors minimum for the order for it to get made, which is not a huge number. It's tiny, really, but it's still a lot of money. You know, because that's going to be, you know, 100 euros a set, a wholesale cost, plus then shipping and import fees and duties and handling and taxes and insurances and everything else to actually get the product out to you. So what you're going to find is that if people don't join in the group buys, it's just not going to get made because vendors won't be able to buy out as many extras as they used to, and people will say, oh, I'll just get it in extras, I'll just get it when the extras drop, and there won't be any extras, and then people are going to be disappointed. So it's coming is the day where that starts to bite people in the backside, I think, and that's not great. But yeah, I've just seen a message on Discord that I can reply to really quickly. Thanks for the Cherry Love update. That sounds like good news. I mean, yeah, it's in manufacturing, right? It's being manufactured for Rugdush, so that's about the best news you can get. Do you have a Kafka keyboard in your stream build pile? Looks very interesting with all the MX and HE PCB options. I don't, but I might ask for one, Newfie. I don't tend to ask for stuff. I tend to just get sent it if people want me to have it. I will ask because I'm really interested in the Kafka. So we'll see if I can get hold of one. Need to educate people that waiting for extras is not the way to go. Yeah, I think that ultimately what will happen though with that, David, is that we'll just have a position where people go, I can't buy everything in group buy. I want all of this stuff, Jay, but I can't buy it all. And that's not good for anyone. That's not good for businesses. That's not good for the hobby. The real issue is how do vendors deal with the shrinking market, and for some vendors that will be to close up shop and disappear, and for other vendors it will to become really aggressive in terms of marketing and how they tackle dealing with other vendors in their area, and for other vendors it will be a case of just slow burns until they reach a new level, whatever that new level looks like. So yeah, I was mostly worried about the Cherry Love International kit. Oh, let me see if it was on the invoice. I don't remember getting told the international kit didn't get made. Base set, alpha set, extension kit, and blanks. Okay, it's not on my invoice. Did we actually sell any? Cherry Love, let's see. I would have imagined that Sharon, if we had to tell customers it didn't make MOQ, she would have emailed customers to let them know. Interesting. Okay, so let me reach out with Sharon because we did sell quite a few of the international kits. I will double check and see if she's dropped an email to participating customers, because normally what would happen in that circumstance is we'll be told that the international kit didn't make MOQ, and Sharon would generally reach out automatically to all of the customers that were affected by that and say, do you still want your order because the international kit's not getting made? So I will double check with her because we did sell quite a few of the international kits for that. So I will double check. Let me where's my phone? Let me add that to my to-do list for tomorrow. because otherwise I will forget. Right. Check with Sharon about Cherry Love International Kit MOQ. Okay, right. It's on my to-do list. If we can't get it made, obviously we'll refund customers that want us to refund it. But I'm not in the group chat to check, unfortunately. Mike sometimes watches. If Captain Mike is watching, maybe he can let us know. But yeah, interesting. Yeah, we actually sold way more Cherish extension kits than base kits, which is also interesting. But okay, yeah, okay. We'll see via Rigdosh. Right. What else is happening this week at PT? So today, and I won't have heard about this because it's Sunday, our latest container shipment should have hit port. I have not had that confirmed yet because it's Sunday and we won't find out until probably Tuesday now. But that means that we will get a bill in the next couple of days for our VAT and import duties for the shipment, which will be, I don't know, probably 100 grand or something like that. And then once all that's paid, we should then get a date for the shipment to arrive. I'm expecting that to realistically be not this week, but next week now. So that's probably going to be week commencing the 2nd of February when it arrives here, which is a little bit later than I was hoping. The very earliest we might get it is Friday the 30th, but realistically I think it's going to be the 2nd or 3rd of February when it actually gets here to PT's workshop. What's in it? It says Quanta. There's a lot of stuff in it. Let me get up a list of what's in there. This isn't a full list. This is just some of the things that are in there because some things are merged together and or some things aren't listed in English and everything else. So this is just what I can decipher really, really quickly. We've got the Class 65 V3. We've got the glazed beige keycaps from Keycaps. We've got the Toro 60 keyboards. We've got the Cerberus keyboards. Plus all of their extra parts for our Toro 60 and Cerberus. There's KKB Dolch Cadet. Now we've got a pre-order open for that at the moment, but there is all of the sets for KKB Dolch coming as well. There is a literal by weight over a ton of TGR Jane rubber hose keyboards. That's the Jane V3. So there's all of those coming. I know that KLC have not yet shipped us the PCBs for those, so I'm hoping they arrive at the same time because they're being shipped tomorrow. We've also got the Solar 80 coming and all of the parts for that. Then there's a whole raft of Neo products. There's batch 4 and 5 for the Neo 60 core, the Neo 70. There's batch 4 and 6. Sorry, there's batch 5 and 6 for the Neo Ergo, 5 and 6 for the Neo 65, batch 5 and 6 for the Neo 80, batch 4, 5 and 6 for the Neo 60 CU, batch 5 and 6 for the Neo 65 CU, batch 5 and 6 for the QK65 V2, batch 6 for the QK65 V2 Classic, batch 8 for the Neo 80, batch 8 for, but that's not all of it. There's only a couple of boards that we can fulfill. The rest of that's still coming. There's batch 8 of the Neo 60 CU, batch 8 of the Neo 70, batch 8 of the Neo 65 CU, batch 8 of the Neo 75 CU, batch 8 of the Neo Ergo, batch 8 of the QK80 Mark II, batch 8 of the Neo 65, batch 8 of the Neo 65 Core Plus. There's 1,000 sets of the Maze stabilizers. There's a ton of spare parts for Neo products as well, such as PCBs, plates, all that kind of stuff. There is 12 different types of switch, but I don't have a breakdown of what they are. Some are Gateron, I can tell by the codes, but I'm not sure what all the rest of that are. There's the replacement tops for the Keycult number 160s coming in because we already have the number 160s, we just need the replacement tops. There's some more switches. There's a monitor that I've ordered, which it just happens to be coming that way. What else? I missed some stuff up here. There's the oblique. There's some Raids and Navy switches as well, and I think some Stabies in that too. There's the Pangea Mini. There's Busy Town desk mats. There's the Vela keyboard kits. We built a Vela a couple of weeks ago on stream. Oh, mine's just up there. There's the AGS Radiant Hall Effect switches. There's the full keycap set of KKB Komodo, the desk mats for GMK Mizu. We've also got Penguin Belly Slide in Modern Abacus coming as well, and also Cap MV Classic. Now, Cap MV Classic has both the dark and light sets, but there is some replacement alphas coming for the dark sets later on, so we'll give customers a choice whether they want to have their order shipped now or whether they want to wait and have the new alphas as well. So that'll be something we're doing. There's the Cam Soda Squid, which is in pre-order right now. That's going to be here too. And I think there's some other things as well. I mean, I know there's other things. I just don't have a full list. That's just what I can see. A lot of the rest of it hasn't been translated from Chinese, but that's just the docket for the container. So there's a lot of stuff, an absolute lot of stuff. Tons of stuff. Human Going says, any guesses when the Neo Batch 9 will finish manufacturing? No, I think it's supposed to be late Q1 when we get those. Human Going, I think it's supposed to be done just after Chinese New Year, so we're probably going to get those in March time, I think. Such a shame you can't buy the Neo Ergo PC wrist rests as add-ons. Yeah, we have to buy, when I order them, I have to order them with a board, so that's the only way I can get them. There are Neo98 CUs in batch 8. I can't remember, but if I read that out, maybe, yeah. It's one big shipment. There is a lot of stuff. Yeah. A lot of keyboard. Yeah, literally by weight, it's just over a ton, because each pallet is limited to 1 ton when we ship in the containers that we ship in, so each pallet is limited to 1 ton. And that's why some pallets are stacked, 5 feet high when you see them 6 feet high, and then other pallets are like waist height, because it all depends on how much goes into them. So yeah, it's a big old shipment. A couple of weeks to get through everything, I think. We'll be getting a new stock of the Geon Springs. Yes, David. We are waiting for Geon to complete putting some stuff together for us. And there was a load of in-stock stuff that we ordered a few months ago, I think September time. And he wanted to wait to ship it until a lot of other stuff was ready. So yeah. Yeah. How many rubber chain make a ton? A lot. A lot. Maury, hey man, thanks very much for being here. Good vibes, thanks very much for that. But yeah, there's a lot. Neo to the power of N. Dude, I love a math joke, bro. That's funny. Frankie1001, hey man, good to see you here. Thanks very much for being back. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of work. So hopefully Mel and I will be able to start tackling it pretty soon, as it arrives. As I say, it's due to arrive in port today. I should get an update on Tuesday or Wednesday whether it did hit port, and they call it de-vanning, which is when they take the containers off the boat and then take them to a warehouse and then empty the container in the warehouse. It's like it's a bonded warehouse, which means it's technically not UK soil, and I can't go to that warehouse. It's not something I can have access to. But they call it de-vanning whilst it's there. Then they send me a bill for the import duties and all of the other things that they need to do. Sometimes it will be delayed because they have to do customs checks to make sure I'm importing what I've said I've imported, which can delay it a couple of days. But then realistically, that should be sorted out by Wednesday, Thursday, and then we'll arrange onward shipping by a truck, and then they'll arrive here on pallets. Hopefully, I'd like them to arrive on Friday the 30th. That would be ideal for me, but I think it's going to be week commencing the 2nd. You always think of Beverly Hill Cop when anyone mentions a bonded warehouse. That's fair. I love the music for Beverly Hills Cop. Years and years ago, when you could have polyphonic ringtones, I had the Beverly Hills Cop on my phone, my old Nokia 3310 or whatever I had at the time. This would have been like 98, 1999, something like that. But yeah. Looking forward to the Class 65. I have the retro white one coming. I think I'll pop DCS 9009 on it. I'll have to buy the fixed kits. Yeah, the fixed kits have been extended for a little bit, so you can pick those up if you're interested. Hi Jay, the GMK beta set from the Christmas Marbles giveaway arrived last week. Thank you very much. No worries, Conan. I'm glad you got it, and well done on winning that. Just as an aside as well, we do have a discount today. It is 15% off any key set that's in stock. And there's the code. Stream Keys 15 will get you 15% off any key set that's in stock, but only on that link and only whilst we're streaming. So if it's not on that link, it doesn't get covered. But yeah, that's that. Right, let's do the whole shilling thing, because I need to shill and do that. That's a responsible business owner. Keep everyone paid and everyone happy. Right, so loading up the browser. There's been a few things that have changed on the website recently. If you haven't been on the website for a little while, you might not have noticed that things have changed, but they have. So under in stock, we did drop a load of stuff in stock quite recently. I don't know why I've gone on to that, because I want to click on that. GMK CYL Violet Alert is now in stock, so is Mizu and everything else. Now we have changed the layout of the page a little bit. Everything now shows centered across the whole width of the page, which is a huge upgrade. And I've also built this, I've vibe coded this, which shows you what's in stock, what's low stock, and what's sold out. So you can see by each type of kit or item, if it's a keyboard item, something like that, what you need to start thinking about ordering soon, or it's okay to wait for a little bit because it's in stock. So this is basically just an upgrade on this, where it shows it's crossed out for in stock and everything else. So yeah, we've also changed around how these pages are structured in the back end. It doesn't really make much of a difference for you guys, but I have absolutely done that as well. So yeah, so that's all in place now. Tons of stuff in stock, and a lot of stock drops coming in the next couple of weeks too. Let's have a look at live pre-orders now. Divina Papaya is back in pre-order. That's based on what we've put our order in for with GMK, so you can order it in pre-order. That will help Empty and you get over the line if you do want to pick it up as well. And there's also a pre-order now for Hanglebait 2 as well. So that's that as well. The Velas that we talked about earlier on, these will be arriving at PT very soon. They'll be arriving hopefully next week or the week after, and then we'll get them shipped out straight away. If you do order them whilst they're in pre-order, you will get free switches. You'll get a free random set of switches. They'll either be black and white switches or the Doohook 900 switches. That will disappear if you wait for it to drop in stock. I think the price will go up just slightly, about £5 or £10 for the in-stock ones, and you won't get free switches with those as well. But definitely check that out if you're interested. You can see all the rest of the pre-orders on there too. In terms of live group buys, just to call out as well that the GDK Lab NV70 has gone into group buy this weekend, so you can now pick this up. Tons of different options there. It's a pretty cool keyboard. The DCS 9009 fix kits that we talked about have been extended, so you can have a look at those as well. And there's now a caps lock kit that you can add if you want to. If you ordered the previous ones and you want to add the caps lock kit, just let me know and we'll add that to your order as well. Drop in an email. Also, just to shout out, there's all the different versions of the Gihern as well. The Bare Bones keyboard kit, the MX keyboard kit, the Dynacap keyboard kit, or the Hall Effect Racker keyboard kit. Or you can jump into the options and you can buy stuff to get your wooting plates made, your wooting plate to get everything compatible with a wooting PCB, or a Venom plate and Venom PCB, and all of that kind of good stuff's available in here as well. Plus a ton of different switch materials. Also, GMK CYL Foundation and MTNU Foundation ends soon. It's only got 5 days left, and so has Superweld as well. I'm still waiting to hear back what UK ISO keys we're going to be able to include. I think because I'm hoping that we can have the accent enter in there. I have asked Melissa to do the usual, the 2, the 3, the hashtag tilde and everything else for row 3, and then it's already got the split left shift, but we'll need the pipe for R4. I have asked Melissa if we could do the ISO enter as the accent one as well as part of that, but I haven't heard back. But it will be included in the cost of the base kit if you buy that as well. And the key cult number 2 has been extended, but this does finish soon. So if you're interested in the key cult number 2, please get your order in pretty soon. You can go through the configurator and pick out all of your choices. Upcoming soon, in coming soon projects, the NV70 is live now. That'll go soon, but we do have DCS After School 1992 40s keycaps that are coming soon, as well as what we're going to build today, which is the Zoom 64 keyboard, the Kafka, and the MW Mass 80. I think the Mass 80 starts on the 3rd of Feb, yeah, 8 days time. Pretty excited about that, and I think we're getting a unit to review as well. So yeah, I will ask for a Kafka unit because it's only a couple of days away, and we'll see if we can get one of these on stream to show you guys, because it's a pretty interesting series of options. So I'll try and get hold of one of those boards too. A few other things to call out. I have put the Gihern group buy on the front page, so you can have a look at that. What's hot right now, latest stock drops, live group buys, live pre-orders, all on the homepage. I've also created a new selection where you can check what keycap sets have either had UK ISO or still have UK ISO available. Unfortunately, the collections are not smart enough to remove stuff when things sell out, but theoretically, all of the sets that are in here will still have at least one kit in stock, and did, when everything was in stock, support UK ISO. That could be through being in the base kit, or through an international kit, or through something else, like an ISO specific kit or something. So you can absolutely go on here and check those out and pick them up. But yeah, like for example, the MW by PT keycaps, UK ISO is in base. MW Stage Warrior, there's an international kit. So yeah, so you can go through and you can see what kits there. The KKB Lilies of the Valley, for example, had a UK ISO kit. Yeah, so you can go through, you can see you can pick up some UK ISO stuff if you're interested. I thought that was a good little build. And then a few other things that I've done as well. I built like a new contact form, rebuilt the contact form, and things like that. And there is also a secret hidden error 404 page as well now. I did share with the SPC the new 404 page a couple of days ago, but I've actually updated it significantly since then. So if you want to try and find something fun, try and find the error 404 page. Okay. Right, I think that's it. Oh, and go buy coffee, because we sell coffee as well on jaysroastery.co.uk. So go do some coffee. Right. I think that's... hold on, let me get rid of the browser. There we go. Right, let's catch up with chat. I was planning to be here on time, but I fell asleep. Well, I'm glad you're here now, Jehovah. I was just about to use it all, but the Dolce R5X handle sold out. Cringe. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Was Reed first as usual? No, he was not. Mr. Joe, thank you so much for being here. Picked up a black Vela after your build. Great value, it looks like. Dude, it's so good for the money. Like it, I've got foam in my beard. For the money, it's just really, really cool. Yeah. I heard that Wooting is working, trying to get plates updated to work with the V2 of the Wooting 60HE. Is that something you would be adding if available? For the Gihan 60, that will depend on Bion and Manu and everyone else, but if they do that, I'll be able to do that. Did Dolce 5X have a UK ISO kit? I don't remember this. I don't think so, but but that might be why it's not in the thingy kit. Oh, it isn't there. Okay, that might be wrong because that depends on our metadata being correct, but I'll double check that tomorrow. Yeah, I suspect it's just our metadata is not correct on that particular keycap set, but yeah, we'll do our best to get that sorted out. Where is Captain Reed? Did he come first? If not, why not? I don't know where Reed is. I did speak to him earlier on today, so I know he's okay, but he's not here on stream, so I don't know. No, you have to buy the keys from an ANSI user who has Dolce R5 from 2020 like I did. Okay. Well, I will double check, but yeah, it might just be that it got the wrong tag on it or something like that. The issue is we have so much that relies on metadata on the website, and that's great for a lot of things. But when you are creating a new product listing, it's easy to duplicate an old one. So it can be easy for one piece of metadata to just slip by unintentionally. But I'll get that checked. We've had like over 8,000 products on the store, so to check the metadata for every single one is really hard. And Mel's job, after she's been packing and shipping stuff for the past couple of weeks, has been to update the closed group by section with the original dates, which is not a great job. So if you want to see this on the closed group buys. So I did all of the out of stock products, all of the in stock products, and everything else, and I just seen enough. We have to change a few things on the out of stock one. So the closed group buy, they go into the closed group buy section, whatever else. And we've added this now, so you can see that it's a closed group buy and you can't order it. And I put this in here as well. I want to see the product come back, let us know, blah blah blah. But what Mel's had to do is she's had to edit the end dates for them all, the metadata tag for the end date for all of them, just so that it actually shows correctly under the new way we've built the pages up. So yeah, so she's going through every single group buy we've ever done, and last I spoke to her, she'd done up to 2023, but she's slowly working her way through all of those, just so that it doesn't have like the disclaimers and everything else duplicated twice. So she's having, because it used to be on the product description, and now it's in some metadata that automatically pulls through based on the page template. So there will be some really old group buys that have it in twice, and she's had to take that out, and also update the close date of the group buy as well. So yeah, because that there is a piece of metadata that's pulled from the actual product where we build it. So yeah, just fun little things. Retrospectively rebuilding the website to fit the modern side of stuff. Captain Reed is missing in action. I'm sure he's fine. I think he was having a friend come over to build a keyboard with him. So yeah, he'll be doing that. Okay, I think that's everything I need to tell you about. We've covered everything that's happening at PT. Oh, there is some other things as well. So, I completely forgotten about this, but one of the things we've been doing for a while now is keyboards and coffee at PTHQ. So, I don't want to turn it on here. I want to turn it on here. So, if you go up to information and Jay's ramblings, I need to put it up on here, but we do keyboards and coffee events in 2026. Now, there is an update to this post that's going to go live on Tuesday or Wednesday, but there will now be, instead of just the Thursday coffee sessions, there will be 3 different Saturday sessions that we're going to offer as well. So those are going to be added soon. Now the Thursday sessions are always kind of like, there's never a huge number of people going to come to them because they're on a Thursday and they're here in Bradford, which is always awkward and difficult for people to get to. But the Saturday morning keyboards and coffee, they're also going to be 9:30 till 12, and the idea is that people will be able to come. Now for those ones, we're probably going to limit it to 25 people each time, just because I don't want too many people coming. It's not there to replace open days, it's not there to replace meetups or anything like that. I just wanted to do a keyboards and coffee on a Saturday, which gives more people a chance to come along. So yeah, that's one of the things that we're going to do. Be aware of announcements, but effectively it's going to be a certain Saturday each month for the next few months going forward.
Tasty.
Yeah, that's it. So watch out for that. I'll announce that on the Discord when it's ready to go live. I just need to put a little bit more thought into some of the dates and some of the times, and a little way just to keep track of who's coming, so we don't have too many people turn up. So yeah, that's one of the things we're going to do. And Mishki, thank you so much for 15 months of subs. You did light up my rocket ship, but it's now gone out. But thank you so much for that. Mr. J, would it be okay if tomorrow, Tuesday, I send you a DM with a few questions? Yeah, of course, dude. Yeah, send over the questions if you want. If it's something business related, probably better by email. If it's just being a mate, then yeah, PMs are fine. Marian says, hi Jay, do you do international shipping like to Argentina? I was looking on your page and couldn't find it. Yes, we ship worldwide. I think if you go to the homepage, it tells you that we ship worldwide. But yeah, if you can check out with a product in your cart, we ship there. Yeah, if you go on to our homepage and scroll down, worldwide shipping. We partner with DHL to offer worldwide shipping at great prices. EU and US customers can pay duties and taxes at checkout, and there's no import fees. But yeah, we have shipped to 156 different countries now, and we've even shipped to Antarctica. So yeah, we can ship absolutely worldwide, Marion. Wherever you are, you can order from us. Joe said, yeah, Jay ships everywhere, even Antarctica. Yeah. Umda says, what colours can we expect from the Neo98 CU in stock sale, if you don't mind me asking? I don't know is the honest answer, Umda. We tend to order for in stock the most common set colourways that people order in the pre-orders, but it's significantly fewer options than what are available in the pre-orders, because you can order basically anything in the pre-orders, but there's no point in us stocking colours that don't sell. So if we've never sold it in a pre-order and no one's ever ordered, I don't know, like lime green, then we won't buy lime green to put in stock, because the market's shown us that they don't want that. But it also depends on what passes QC, quality control. When we get the boards in, we'll go through quality control and everything else, and then whatever's left over that's good and passes that quality control check, that's what will go in stock. So it's really hard for me to tell you what will be in stock. I imagine the most popular colours will be black and silver and things like that. If you want something a little bit more obtuse, then we're waiting for QK to give us a definitive list after Chinese New Year of what they're going to be offering going forward, because there's some up and down with what's available and what's not. They told us a little while ago we could offer the QK65 V3 for sale, which I had a prototype, it's behind me, on stream a couple months ago. And then when we put the order in, after people had bought them from us, they're like, oh yeah, we can't offer those anymore. So we had to cancel a lot of orders or offer customers an alternative, so I want them to be really, really set in what they're offering. Koniator, thank you so much for lighting up my pink rocket ship. I thoroughly appreciate your subscription, dude. Thank you so much. Switch to DHL full time now, or still an option for UPS? UPS have basically told me that they don't want business from UK businesses to customers anymore. They will only allow us to continue our account with them if we start shipping more business to business stuff, and that's not something we're doing. So, and we're not the only business that's been told this. There's 5 local businesses that have been told this, that the UPS don't want to serve them anymore, basically. I don't know if that's nationwide or just our area, but they were basically like, we don't want to do business to customer shipments from you guys anymore. So right now our account's still open. We can theoretically order it, but the prices are gradually increasing because they're trying to price it out. So we've offered DHL to do that. One of the things I'm going to start next week is a test with DPD, and we're basically going to turn that on for anything that's in stock that's for UK only, that gets covered by the free shipping, and we're going to send some test parcels out from the shipment through DPD as well. Now, DPD's integration is not great. We can get the labels just fine. one of the things that they don't have and are not planning on building is an option for us to pull their rates through an API so that you see exactly what they're charging us at checkout. Right now, if you check out whatever it says for DHL or UPS, that's literally what they charge us, and we just basically pass that exact same cost on to you guys. With DPD, there's no option to do that, so I will have to physically go in, create a zone for every single country in the world, and then put a manual rate in for every single country in the world. So I have to create 200 different rates to be able to do it. It's not ideal, and it's not great, and I'm trying to look at alternatives to that as well, but basically we're trying to rehash the whole shipping thing so we can offer you guys some cheaper rates over the course of this year. This is part of the reason why we've changed group buys and pre-orders when you check out on them to saying shipping to be billed when order is ready to ship, because I don't want to charge you £8 now when under DHL and we'll actually be shipping them by DPD for £3.50 in 6 months time, because then there's refunds and everything else. And in the exact opposite, I don't want to be charging you £3.50 now for DPD, and then when we actually ship out it's going to be via DHL and it's going to cost us £8 and we're going to lose a £5 an order. So yeah, so that's why we've turned that off, and it says pay shipping at time of dispatch. But yeah. So yeah, it's interesting stuff, but who knows. Current board is looking nice. I think I fell asleep during last week's build. Thanks, man. Yeah, the Neo98 is a great board. Interesting approach from UPS. I'm all aboard with DHL anyway. Yeah, DPD is also great for us locally, to be honest. I'm worried about DPD, but I want to try them, so we'll see. DPD deliver Vodafone stuff, and you can actually use what 3 words to find you. That's nice. I hope they're good for PT as well. I think there's a lot of upfront work to get DPD to work for us. That as long as I can do that upfront work, they should be okay. The issue is every time they change rates, which will be weekly, I will have to go in and manually change all 200 updates, which will be weekly. So yeah, every Monday morning I'm going to have to basically just spend a couple of hours reviewing each rate. And it's not as simple as saying, oh, Argentina's £23.20 or whatever else. Like, there's a whole raft of calculations that have to go in there, because it's different rates for different weights of package. So it might be that I have to put one rate in for 0 to a kilogram, and a different rate in for 2 to 5 kilograms, and a different rate in for 5 kilograms plus. So it will be 4 or 5 different rates for 200 countries. So it's about 1,000 data fields that I'll have to update manually. There are some third-party shipping logistics companies like ShipStation that you can turn on. We do have ShipStation to back up orders and stuff already. We just pay like a fee each month just to have a backup to be able to order labels in case like DHL or UPS or whoever else is down. Now they do have an option to be able to basically integrate other couriers' rates. I haven't they can do it with DHL and UPS. I haven't checked yet to see if they can do it with DPD, but that's on my list of things to do on Monday. So we will see. Evening, Jay. How's it going? I'm good, man. I hope you're doing well. Thank you very much, Pokemon Kid. I did actually get something from Pokemon Kid the other day. I got this from Pokemon Kid. This arrived on Thursday or Friday. Now, bear in mind, I turned 40 10.5 months ago. But I did get this just last week from Pokemon Kid. And there you go. I'll let you read the card. Yeah, Pokemon Kid, and he sent me some switches. I haven't actually opened these and tried them yet, but he did send me a note about what they are, and the switches are this specification. So MX1A Browns, 3-stage diamond polish with 40 million actuation break-in, which is about 78 days, lubed and filmed, and 68 grams 2-stage springs. So that's what the switches are, but I haven't opened them yet or tried them. So thank you very much to Matt for the delayed birthday present. You know, when he learns how to check the dates on the calendar, maybe we can you know, I'll stop ripping on it now. Coniosaur says, what's your opinion on MT new and the sets not hitting MOQs? Coniosaur, this is something that's going, as the market contracts, fewer and fewer things are going to hit MOQ. This is a realization that both customers, vendors and manufacturers are going to have to face into. There's been a number of MW and KKB sets that haven't hit MOQ, for example. There's been a few sets that have struggled at SP, and there will be sets that struggle with GMK. Divina Papaya is borderline whether it'll make it or not. I think it'll be okay, but I think there's going to be other sets that don't make it. It's just something we're going to have to get used to. If there aren't enough people out there that want to buy the sets to make it viable, to organically get over the MOQ through group buy sales, or even close enough for the vendors extras to get it over, then things are going to just fail and sets won't get made. There's been a mindset in the community for the past 2 or 3 years where, it doesn't matter, I don't have to join it at group buy, I'll buy it as extras. And I think people are going to have to get past that mindset and say, if I actually want it, I need to join the group buy, show up and support it. And because the community is the only way things get made, right? Unless vendors are buying it for in stock, which will happen more and more infrequently, that vendors will buy things out for stock. So because things just sit on shelves for years now, and that's not a good way to run a business. It's not great to have things in stock for 5 years. It's just not. Like, as a vendor, you want things to sell through in 6 to 12 months. So if you bought enough that it sells out in a week, you've not bought enough. If you buy enough that it sells out in between 6 to 12 months, you bought enough for the community to support them for a long time. People can find it. Any longer than that, and it's probably never going to sell, and you wasted money on it, and it's going to end up in landfill at some point in the future, or being sold off at such a low cost that you never even break even on it, and vendors can't afford to lose money. So yeah, I think that more and more stuff is going to fail to hit MOQs, whether that be keyboards or key sets or other products as well. And I think that's just something we're going to have to face into as a community, whether it be vendor side, manufacturer side, or community side, that we just need to start having an expectation that not everything makes MOQ. It used to be that way, 5 or 6 years ago before COVID, that not everything made MOQ. Some things did, some things didn't. And those that didn't make it, died off, and people were okay with that. So yeah, just the way things go. Oh, happy birthday, Jay. It's not my birthday it's my birthday in 6 weeks time. It's I'm 41 in March, so yeah, it was a little bit late. That's what I got for sending it via Royal Mail. Fair enough. Katio says that's amazing. I'm turning 40 in July. Yeah, I turned 40 last year. It was great. I'm doing fine, so don't worry about it. It was a compliment for your age, Jay. I'll take that. I'll take that. What do you think the overall business health status of GMK is at the moment? Do you think they will keep production in Germany in the future? Good question. Good question, Brew. That's a good enough question. I might send you a desk map for that if you're lucky. So overall business at GMK, fine. GMK's business isn't just keycaps. They make an absolute ton of stuff for industry. All sorts of control panels, PCBs, circuitry for everything from lifts to elevators to escalators to, 1,000,001 different things. The control panels that go on cherry pickers and stuff like that. GMK do a lot for industry already, so that's a massive part of their business, and that's not slowing down. In terms of keycaps, they're still producing keycaps. They're doing things. Enough is getting made at MOQ to keep GMK busy making keycaps. Do I think that they're going to be that number's down? Yeah, absolutely, it's down on their their biggest point of production, and that's why things are turning around so fast right now. Like if a group buy closes today and it's stock colors, we'll be shipping it out in 7 weeks' time. Even some custom color sets have only been 9 weeks. For example, Violet Alert I think was 9 weeks from us getting the invoice to us shipping the sets out to customers. And there was something on Friday that GMK messaged me about, and they're like, we're really sorry, Jay, we know we've sent you the invoice out for this and we gave you 45 days to pay it, but it's going to be ready to ship in 2 weeks' time. Can you get the invoice paid early, please? And it's like, yeah, of course. So I think that's just something they're going to have to face into. In terms of the keeping production in Germany part, I think that they are very, very proud to be a German company and have things produced in Germany. One of the things that they stand by, if you check out their social media, is not the keycaps. Tasty. Lord Stark, thank you so much for the raid with 16 people. I thoroughly appreciate you, dude. If you take the part of GMK that's doing all of that kind of stuff, and producing things, they want to say that it's made in Germany. They're really proud of that. It's made in Germany factor, and quite rightly so, because it's great quality workmanship. I did have a conversation with them in November, about them looking into other options and what manufacturing overseas might mean for different profiles. I know they've been working on some more budget profiles rather than just the high-end ones like MT New and CYL. They are working on some other stuff that's going to be aimed at budget if it releases. I don't know any more details than that. I can't share anything else, but I that was talked about. So yeah, I don't know in terms of that side of things. It'd be really, really interesting to see how they keep production in Germany and how they tackle it, because it's going to affect everyone in the business, right? Okay, like I'm looking for a day job, right? Okay, you know, I need money now. Like I've gone 6 years without taking a salary. I need to have some income. So I'm starting to apply for jobs and that kind of stuff. PT will just run itself almost. That's why I've spent the last 8 months basically automating as much as I can of the business, so that the rest of the team can do everything really, really easily, and I just need to make a series of decisions at the end of each week, and maybe do some social media posts and things. But yeah, it's interesting to see how it'll go. And a lot of on the vendor side, a lot of vendors as well are looking into other options. You know, if you look at Novel Keys, they've just launched Land and Supply, which is for people who are going to Disney and you get the little tokens that you wear on the wrist. They've launched their own wristbands for that use Apple Watch straps and things. So people are branching out into different industries and doing different things. Right, Sosko says, "Sup Jay, I really enjoyed the podcast where you showed the warehouse, really insightful." Oh yeah, is that out now? I didn't realize that was out just yet. But yeah, if you are interested on the Good Keyboard Friends podcast, let me see if I can find it and show you. It'll be on YouTube, I think. We did like it's supposed to be a podcast, but we did like a video podcast, and we did a workshop tour. Can I find the video? Oh yeah, it's been live for 8 days. Next to no one's viewed it. Great. Hold on, let me pause it because I don't want to get slipped up. Oh, wrong one. Hold on. There we go. If I do it right, this is it. So this is a workshop tour. We did a tour of the PT workshop. So basically, this is just a podcast with this ugly mug in the middle and these two cuties on the side. We talked about Christmas and a few other things, keyboard updates. And then there was a whole section where I could not get the technology to connect. Now the secret here is that this podcast, it was actually supposed to be an interview with Ball from SendKeys, and it was supposed to be us three interviewing Ball. But the day before, and the workshop tour was supposed to be a week later. So the day before, Hubert messaged me. He was like, "Dude, can we do the workshop tour tomorrow? Because Ball's not going to make it." I was like, "Okay." So I hadn't had a chance to test out any of the technology or anything. But we went round and we looked at the whole. I don't know why it's loading now. We looked at the whole workshop, showed off like keycap selections, and made coffee, and looked at a ton of different things. So you can kind of go through this if you want to, if you're interested. And basically it's just me walking around, and I did need a beard cut this time. We recorded this just before Christmas, and I hadn't been to the barbers. So yeah, so we walked around and they got a whole tour of the workshop. It's just my face at the minute. I'm clicking on the wrong things here to show you. Oh, there we go. So this is where I'm showing part of the workshop. And then we looked at the cars later on. Oh yeah, okay, it's the cars. We looked at all the cars. I was talking around the cars and things like that. It was a really, really good day. So I hope it's interesting. I haven't read any of this. But yeah. This is an invaluable insight into the inner workings of Mr. Prototypist. Honestly, so cool to see how much effort Jay dedicates to each of his hobbies. Would definitely be so cool to geek out in person. The keyboard draw setup is awesome. I need it in my life. Nice. Okay. So yeah, even looking at like wheels and stuff like that. Like it was good. Yeah, good old me pointing at stuff kind of thing. But yeah, it's a good podcast. Go listen to it. Simon does drop a lot of wisdom. I drop a lot of useless information, and it was a good fun 2 hours of time. But yeah. Does not making MOQ, Godzilla Waddle says, and having to issue refunds badly affect you? Yeah, so it does. So if someone makes an order for like £100, if we have to refund it, we lose about £10. So this is the other side of it, where vendors will become increasingly risk averse and not pushing sets that are unlikely to do well, which will upset some designers because they'll want their sets to run. But refunds are expensive. Like if we have to refund 100 orders and we lose a 10 quid on order, it's £1,000. It's a lot of money for no sale, for no product, right? It's difficult. So yeah, it will affect us, and it's something that we have to face into. GMK seem to be focusing on more in-stock sets, including smaller fun stuff like their Christmas novelties and Valentine's novelties. Yeah, I think that that's them positioning themselves to a point where they don't want vendors anymore. We'll see how that goes. More budget-friendly would mean dice up. I don't know. I do not know what GMK are doing. I just had a meeting with them about some other things, and that was one of the things we talked about. So yeah. Are you looking for a full-time job or part-time? Probably full-time, something like a CTO type role, or director type role position in some sort of change transformational type role is what I'm ideally looking for. I have applied for 2, but I think both of them, the way both were advertised, is that we're very much looking for internal hires rather than, and they were just doing the due diligence for the external hires. So I don't think either of those are going to come up with anything for fruition, but yeah, I am looking for something like that over time. Worst time to open a keyboard vendor seems like, I don't think there's been a good time since 2020 to become a keyboard vendor, Yattering. I think if you do want to become a good keyboard vendor, make sure you've got $250,000 USD that you can afford to lose. That was what I'd say. Impressive green screen technology. Must be a giant one. Yeah. I've been thinking about what you said. Maybe even dice up on MT New would be a good thing. If it allowed for lower MQs or cheaper sets, perhaps it would help push more sets going forward. Since they invested into this profile, it might be a good call from my perspective. Yeah, I mean, that's for GMK to make the call. They don't own the profile, they just own the molds. So that will all depend on Matteo as well. And Matteo is also looking into doing his PFF as well as PBS, Penguin Belly Slide and Penguin Flatfoot, Penguin Flatfoot, which we're going to be releasing 2 sets in Flatfoot soon. I'm not sure if I can talk about them yet, but there's 2 sets coming soon that we're going to be doing. So yeah, I just realized you can walk around with a green screen. Yeah, it was just taped to my back all the time, dude. Like, it was just like a container that went all the way around me. Have you ever seen the Karate Kid, the original one from the 80s, where he dressed up as like a shower cubicle for Halloween? That was basically what I did. I just had like a shower cubicle curtain around me. It was green, and I could just plaster anything on it from any angle I wanted. It didn't matter where I pointed the phone. It just picked up the office. So yeah. DCS After School 92 tomorrow. Yes, that goes live tomorrow. Yes. How's the mortgage house buying selling going? Rob, up and down, if I'm honest. We get through one challenge and then there's another one, and then we go back 2 steps. So right now I am no further ahead than I was the first week in December. I went out at the back end of January. We've accepted an offer on our house, and we've instructed our solicitors to continue with the sale. That seems to be going really slowly. The buyers now want all of our furniture, which is fine in principle, but they don't want to pay for it. But obviously we want some money for that, so that's something to go through. My property is relatively new, so I've been trying to buy the freehold for about a year, and that is probably going to delay things as well, because that's still not gone through, and the buyers obviously want that. So it might be we have to come to an agreement where I just transfer the freehold into their name once I get it. I don't know. The house we're buying, the offer's been accepted, and of course we can't move until we sell ours, until that's all completed, so we're now waiting for a date. We've suggested to both sets of solicitors that it should be the last Friday in February. Neither of them has given a yes, or neither of them has given us a no, so we don't know. We are in limbo right now, and it's been very frustrating. So yeah. SWG keycaps are looking exciting. Yes, I shared the beige ones last week. They're over there. I can't reach them for now. They do look really, really good, and they basically use Creative's new technology that's seen in MV Classic, with the front and top double shot that's then dice up to give you unlimited number of coloured legends per keycap. Who's vendoring? We're vendoring for the UK if you want the After School 92 set. Moons. So yeah. Did you miss PT News? Sorry, Dynamics, you did. You might have to watch back if you want to watch it. Shark, good evening, sir. Canon Keys announced 2 PFF colorways for the Bullet Train keyboard. Yeah, those are the 2 we'll be hosting. So yeah. Pastels, pinks, and beiges are the best colors. I agree. Why do they want all your furniture? How odd. So the reason they want the furniture is because they're coming from rented accommodation, they're first time buyers, and they have nothing. That's what they told us. And we had a load of customer furniture made out of the same wood we had flooring made out of a few years ago. So we had all new floors throughout our whole downstairs area done 2.5 years ago, and we had a carpenter make like a TV unit and a bookcase and some side tables and a coffee table and some other bits and pieces in our living room out of the same wood, so everything matched. And it does look really, really good, to be honest. And so we plan on taking that with us because we spent an absolute fortune on making it. But they've asked if we can leave that, and then they wanted washing machine, dryer, fridge, freezer, all of that kind of stuff we don't mind leaving. Dishwasher we'd already said we'd leave anyway. But it's like kind of white goods and some furniture. And they asked if we were going to leave bed frames and wardrobes and drawers and side cabinets and things like that we've got in the house. And for me, my wife wanted to take it all with us. For me, I was like, yeah, if they're going to give us money, we'll just leave it, because then I don't have to move it. And then I can give my wife a blank check and say, go nuts refurbishing the new house. My wife wasn't quite as convinced, but she's coming around to that train of thought. So we'll see. Sounds like you want to sniff your chairs. Maybe. But like, it's got to come to like a good point and price for us. So it needs to happen. It's just stress. Sean, hey man, good to see you. Kajahata as well is here too. Is there a date for SWG Beige? No, but SWG Rubber does go live on Monday as well. It's not on the coming soon pages because we only got the assets yesterday, but that is going live soon as well. Want something for free? Weird. Yeah, I mean, they've asked for everything, but yeah, like the list is like, I think it's over 100 items long. They even asked for like coat hangers in the wardrobes, which is, that one was bizarre, but yeah. To be fair, I'm a first-time buyer as well right now, and I asked to buy the stuff that was made to size, although they offered to pay, of course. Yeah, it's a weird situation that we're in with it. Hopefully, it will all come out in the wash and everything will go through. But it's been 3 months now since we accepted an offer on our house and had our offer accepted on the house we want to buy, and it feels like we've no further forward. So, yeah. It's SWG Rubber. Rubber hose is the theme, so it's not rubber keycaps. They are double shot ABS. Sorry, I should have been clearer, Jehovah, but they are, they're basically different shades of beige keycaps. But it's the rubber theme, not rubber keycaps. So yeah. Coat hangers, yeah, coat hangers. Because I know this sounds so silly, but we do have really nice coat hangers in the wardrobes. They're like these really nice wooden ones that we found when we were in Copenhagen a few years ago. And then when we came back, we ordered them home because we really liked them. I know that sounds so silly, but yeah, they are really, really nice coat hangers, and they asked if they could have them. So I don't know. Maybe we'll leave them like a 10 or 20 because I think we bought 100 or something. So yeah, we'll see. Jay had that koala book coffee this morning. This weekend it might not be the best with coffee, but to me it felt like just normal coffee. Is that the Kopi Luau, the one with the civet dogs that poop it out? Is that the one you mean? So, yeah. I remember there was the GMK rubber keycaps that confused me. Yeah, that's it. They want you to leave your wife. Yeah, it depends on how much you're going to pay me, right? No, I joke. So not shitty wire one then. No. I know it sounds so weird, but I like nice things, and these are really nice coat hangers. So yeah. Imagine a keycap set made of recycled rubber hoses. Sure, you can recycle rubber, so yeah. Kopi Luwak is strange. Yeah, I've never tried it, but it's interesting stuff. Right, okay, we've been talking for an hour now, and I've been chatting to you guys about all sorts of silly stuff, but go watch the workshop tour with the Good Keyboard Friends. Do look out this week for the Saturday dates I'm going to announce for Keyboards and Coffee, so you can come along on a Saturday morning to PTHQ and have a coffee with me. Those are going to be limited to 20-25 people a weekend. It's going to be 3 Saturdays initially that we do it for, not meant to replace open days. And watch out for all of the stuff arriving in the next couple of weeks on our container. So it should arrive next week or the week after, and then we're just going to be stacked out for 2 weeks shipping everything. So watch out for that as well. Civet poop. Yeah, well, it's not the poop. It's the dogs eat the beans as the cherry with the stone. They eat the whole thing, and then when they poop out, they poop out the cherries. And through the digestive tract, that cherry stone picks up different flavors and enhancements and whatever else. And then they're washed and cleaned, and then they're used to brew coffee. So yeah. Right, you think you need to see one now? One of the coat hangers? Oh, I don't have any here, but it's so silly. It's so silly. I'll try and find a link, drop it in Discord. If someone reminds me and asks me in Discord tomorrow, I will get you a link to the coat hangers. So yeah, Jay's hangers, no. I don't want to make coat hangers. They're just really nice things. They're just nice. They're wood and nice and yeah. And of all stupid things, they're hanging in an IKEA wardrobe that's in the spare room, which is where they'll have seen them on their own, because in the other wardrobes, fitted wardrobes, they're covered in clothes. So yeah, anyway, it's silly. Right, it's time to do a keyboard build. So let's flip over. I have just about finished my coffee, so I'm going to put that to one side. Today we are building the Zoom 64. Now I don't have the Hall Effects version of this. There are multiple different versions. I've just got the standard MX hot swap. But yeah, this is how the board comes. I'm in the hobby of cloth hangers now, thank you. Sorry, Zosco. But like, do you know what it is? Like, I just have this thing for nice things. I like nice things. I like good quality things. And sometimes you find that in the weirdest of places. It can be playing cards, it can be watches, it can be glasses, it can be cameras, it can be clocks, it can be switches and keyboards, it can be coat hangers, it can be a bookcase, it can be, you know, a million different things. It doesn't matter what it is. Sometimes there's something about a nice quality thing, and I just really like that. A mug, I have 1,000 mugs because I really like different mugs, and I go through phases about what sort of mug I want. And I have different mugs. The stupidest it sounds, I have different mugs for winter than I do for summer, because the heat, the ambient heat in the air changes the way the coffee tastes and the way it feels and the way the cup keeps it warm. So yeah, my mind goes to weird places. So yeah, I like nice things. Perkaway's bag. Yeah. Time for change to get a £20 Kalinsky Sable brush for lubing then. I do have some nice brushes. I actually have some brushes that are made from squirrel hair, which are really, really nice to use. And originally they were actually for pinstriping on cards. But I never got down to learning that. But I do have some really nice brushes. They were stupid money, like absolutely ridiculous money. So I do have some nice brushes, but yeah. Yeah, nice tools, one of my problems. Yeah, I have there's something nice about nice things. I don't know how to put it. I just like nice things. Actually, on nice things and on nice tools, the other day, I have these, which are some Knipex flush cutters, right? I've had these for a couple of years. I lost these and I couldn't find them. These were about 50 quid. Or maybe not quite that much, maybe 40 quid, something like that. I've had them for a number of years. I absolutely love them. They're really great tool, and I lost them. I could not find them. I couldn't find them anywhere. These are ESD protective. They're really nice. They've got a nice feel to them. They took a lot of abuse, and they have got like a slight chip now. I don't know if the camera is going to pick this up. They have got like a slight chip in the tooth. You can see just there. Where I was trying to cut some wire that was a little bit too strong. But these are a really nice tool. Couldn't find them. Thought I'd lost them. So I went and bought some more off of Amazon. And the ones at Amazon, I bought 2 sets. The ones that Amazon sent me are these ones here. Now, Amazon have sent me fakes. These are, I swear these are fake. First of all, the grey is completely different and the black is completely different. And whilst they look the same at a glance, the actual shape of the black plastic and the grey plastic is slightly different. Especially on the Knipex logo, it's really obvious to me that it's in a completely different position and not the same size. So, and it's not the same grey. There's a couple of other things as well. The Knipex, the actual official ones, have Knipex engraved here. And the fake ones have what looks like cheap tool steel that's all pitted in that position. And then there's other things like the feel of them, like closing them. Like these just don't feel right. They don't feel as premium or as quality. And you can also see that these are black painted, whereas these are just clear metal. I'm 99% certain that these are fakes, and these are identical fakes as well. These are fakes too. Now these do have a little stamp here, but it's not the same stamp, and they've also got this really crap tool steel that's pitted and marked And again, they've got the logo in slightly the wrong place and everything else. Now, these aren't the ESD ones. The difference between these is ESD and non-ESD. But I'm almost certain that both pairs of these are fake and not as good quality as the original Knipex ones. Even though they look identical, there's just something about them. Like even using them to trim soft plastic things, those tools are fake. So they're going back to Amazon. And luckily, I found my other ones. So yeah. Anyway. Let's catch up with chat. The annoying thing is I've never been able to buy the same brand again, despite trying to find which the local super bags we go for bin bags. Nice. Squirrel hair. So it's not April 1st. Come off. No, seriously, they're made of squirrel hair. Yeah. Did you see the color renders for the new Matrix Lab TKL? So many shades of pink. Yes, we'll be offering that new Matrix as well. Yeah. Was it real Amazon or fulfilled by Amazon? The seller should be investigated. So I don't know, if I'm honest. I need them fast, so I wouldn't normally order from Amazon for tools. I have other suppliers, but I needed them like next day, so that's why I ordered them from Amazon. And they did arrive next day, but they only came on Friday, and I realized as soon as I opened them, I told Mel, I was like, these are fake. These are not real. These are fake. As soon as I picked them up, I just knew. So yeah, that's the thing I have to do. Anyway, back to the keyboard. So this is the bag that they come in. Really, really nice. It's even debossed is the bag. This is debossed text into it here, which is really, really nice. Dedicated to every special you. Open your own universe and explore the infinite worlds, which is really nice. That's very sweet. I don't know if you get that as part of the pack. But then here's the box. I do need the pour-on kit. And then this has a drawer that slides out. And then this is how you get to the carry case. So there we go. So there's also the spec card in here. So it's a Zoom 64 USB. It's the Via edition with Bluetooth and 2.4G. And then there's all of the key codes that you can possibly need in there as well. Now this is not the Hall Effect version, but I think there is a Hall Effect version coming. So yeah, common queries card as well. Just gonna put it back. Yeah, really nice. Lovely debossed logo on the front edge. I don't know if they're going to come in these boxes and the bags, but it's really, really nice if they do. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to come in the production. I'm going to assume not. I think it might just be the review units, but yeah. Either way, you will definitely get the carry case, the hard carry case. And in here we have the hot swap PCB that we're going to build with today. I think this only supports ANSI, but let's double check that. I can't see through that. Yeah, it's too patterned. There's too much pattern going on there. Okay. But if we can build this ISO, we will. Oh, it looks like we do support hot swap ISO. There is support for ISO there, stabilizer here and here. And split left shift as well. So we'll be able to build this ISO today. There's the PCB. As you can see, it's just got the standard hot swap sockets. And then there's the Bluetooth module and the little antenna as well. So yeah. So here we have the plate, and they have sent me the PEI plate, which is really nice. This is Ultim. Does support ISO. Does support ISO. So we'll be okay. Oh, first, read. I'm 3 hours late. You are very late. What's your favorite tool brands? So use chopstick. It depends on what I'm doing. For flush cutters, I think Knipex are great. For screwdrivers, I'm a big fan of Weha. I do have some other brands as well, but Weha's probably up there. For power tools, I really like Makita, D-Wall, and a couple of others, but I actually use Ryobi tools, and that's because for a while they did sponsor me back in just after Top Pack days, and they sent me a load of stuff for free. So and now I'm in that ecosystem. I think they're great for strong hobbyists like me. They probably wouldn't be so great if I was like using my tools all day, every day as like an